everyone, welcome to a Thursday afternoon. It is precisely 2 o'clock and I know that I need to cut my hair, so I'm going to cut my hair for the next video. Don't worry about that. What you do need to worry about is that I haven't shown you an F-Type for about 3 or 4 months. So today I'm changing things up. This is my, in inverted commas, my new F-Type. It is a 5 litre supercharged V8 that Jaguar has given to me because they like me for another 3 or 4 months. So I thought I'd show you around. So Jack, our new cameraman, say hello, Jack.
Hello.
There you go, you can nod, there you go. Jack, come round, let's have a look at this absolute babe. Now, what you see here, white F-Type V8 with a red roof. I'm going to put the roof up in a second. We have some optional extras. We've got a reversing camera. We've got these really cool carbon fiber inserts, and we've got a few other optional extras that I can't really remember, like a black pack and all that. Anyway, starting prices for this car, £96,000, but we don't have £96,000 in this car. We've got £103,000. So this is effectively a £100,000 sports car, and in my eyes, and I reckon probably in yours as well, Jack, yeah, I would say that this is the most beautiful new car that you can buy. Would you agree? You would agree. The buttocks. We've got quad exhaust, it sounds incredible, and from any angle, let's get nice and low. This is, I think, the best angle. There you go, from any angle, it just looks absolutely sublime. Oh, I'd like to do bad things to this, but not on camera. This is the updated interior. Remember, this is the facelifted car, so we've got a new infotainment system. The infotainment system is actually a lot quicker than it was before, and the reversing camera, let me just show you that quickly. Wait. So this button here is for the active exhaust, or as my girlfriend likes to call it, the sunglasses button. Sorry, Rianne, but you said it. So there we go. We've got the sunglasses button on. Let's just have a quick listen. Dirty, right? Yeah! Anyway, I've completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, reversing camera. Check this out. That's pretty good HD, right? The quality there is really good. Before it wasn't as good. Anyway, let's move on from that because that's very boring. Now, there are a few things that I'm not so keen on the interior. The first thing is the steering wheel. I think I'm going to go as far as to say it's just a bit ugly, but the driving position is spot on. I like that you've got this kind of Jesus handle here for passengers. The seats are really spot on, and the materials are really nice as well. I really like the red stitching. Anyway, interiors, not so fun. Let's have a look at the, excuse looking at my bum. Let's have a look at the motor. The way this bonnet opens is just sexy as well. Oh yeah. So there we have it. There's not a lot that you can really see because of all this plastic, but anyway, 550 horsepower, around 500 pound-foot of torque, 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3.9 seconds, 0 to 62 in 4.1 seconds, and a top speed of 186. The R versions of the F-Type are all now all-wheel drive, so you've got really good traction, which in these weather conditions at the moment is kind of autumnal. Is really good for having all-wheel drive, so you don't lose traction, you don't die, you don't spin off. Do you want to see it with the roof up? Ready? Yeah? Jack's liking a bit of that. Yeah? With the roof up, it looks even better, I reckon. On the F-Type Cabriolet, you have a boot, or a trunk as Murica calls it, which is not very big, even though you said that you thought it was big.
I don't think it was too bad.
But in reality, honestly, this trunk slash boot is really appalling. I mean, it's terrible. It might look all right.
I mean, this won't fit in there, will it? Nah.
Anyway, in the words of one of my favorite YouTubers, a German guy called JP Performance, let the porn begin. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that. Now, before I go and drive the car and give my thoughts, not a kind of review thing, it's more of kind of how it feels. Ethan and I...
what it's like to live with.
Yeah, and what it's like to live with. All right, check it out. Ethan and I, we were a little bit bored because Jack's doing the interiors at the moment, and we are trying to hit that sign over there. So the last one to hit it has to buy the first one lunch. The one who wins buys the other person lunch.
The winner gets
a free lunch.
For them
The winner gets a free lunch. Oh god, that was painful, wasn't it?
The loser pays for lunch.
A lunch?
No.
What? You did it? Oh, I'm disgusted. Oh! That was rubbish. Yes! I think this could be a winner. It's got a heart shape as well, so. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Oh, you bastard. No! No! Right, don't, if I get this, then we're even though.
No, because you went first. Do you ever worry about driving a £100,000 car, like just as a day-to-day, like scraping it, it's not your car?
So the biggest worries that I have are curbs. Where I live, you know that the curbs are quite high, so I'm always shitting myself because these wheels are £2,000 options. They're super expensive and they look really nice. And if I ever curbed one of those, I think I would die inside. I'm not worried about denting it or anything because what I've noticed is when you're coming against traffic, people will usually move out of the way, which is a really nice thing. I do that if a really expensive looking car is coming towards me. What?
I just feel like I'm coming through.
Well, that's just because you're a dick. I always feel a bit of a fraud getting out at a petrol station or at a supermarket because they see a young, handsome guy getting out of this.
They see a guy.
They see a guy, barely a guy, and kind of the height of a girl, and then they think, why have you got that? How did you do that? Did mummy or daddy buy that for you? Or they think I'm like a vlogger, like a YouTuber, and that annoys me a little bit.
You don't like being called a YouTuber?
Well, I'm not.
Just on YouTube.
I'm just YouTube. Does that sound modest of me?
Do you feel like you partly want to say, this isn't mine, this isn't mine?
Yeah, I'd love to have a sign on the car saying Jaguar gave this to me. Or whenever anyone says to me, oh, nice car, mate, I always say, oh, thanks very much, but it belongs to Jaguar. I never take it because I would feel like too much of a fraud. And that, that wouldn't be true to myself. Plus, I do not live above my means, which is why I sold my M3, which is why I have an MX-5 and a Shogun Pinin that I've only used once.
That was an expensive off-road trip.
That was one off-road trip, yeah, £800 car, been off-roading once, but it's fine. On my driveway as well, it just looks wrong because it's an ex-council house. I feel like if you have one of these cars, you need to have gates.
Yeah, definitely a remote to open your gate in the car.
Yeah. Wow, look at those birds. What are they? What?
They're buzzards.
Wow. And one more. Yeah. If I could show you how noisy this is from the inside, I would, but we just got a visit from the police because the locals said that we were, what did they say?
They look like three dodgy guys.
Now, you and I don't look particularly dodgy. Jack, our new cameraman, who's sitting there, does look a little bit dodgy because of his hat. It does look a little bit dodgy. Yeah? I'm a bit worried, I'm getting nervous. Let's move away from him. The nearest house, if you look up there, Eve, is by that tree line. And then the nearest houses behind us, have a look behind us, is there. So that's probably 3/4 of a mile. And yet people are still complaining to the police about the noise, which shows you that this car it's just too noisy. But in normal mode now, it's civilized and people aren't going to complain with this noise, which is a very good thing.
And out of all the F-Types you've driven, which has been your favourite?
So I would say that my favourite F-Type that we featured is probably going to have to be the red V6S, and that is for two reasons. One, a red F-Type coupe is, it's just so sexual. And for the second reason, I think a V6 is the perfect fit for the F-Type. And also, that V6S was rear-wheel drive. This is all-wheel drive. I do want to be able to do a burnout when I want to do a burnout. And with this, you just can never do a burnout. It's also going to be lighter, better on fuel and all the rest of it. But this is, when you have that button on, it's too loud. That's a very quick look at my, in inverted commas, new F-Type. It's not really a review, it's just more of a appreciation of the beauty and of the noise, not anymore, of, you know, one of my favourite modern cars. If I had a lot of money, then this is probably something that I would put some money down on, ahead of a Porsche or a BMW M6 for that matter. How about you?
Yeah.
Your opinion is invalid, and with that, back to the studio. The differences between piston and rotary engines. The majority of cars you see on the street will have one thing in common: a traditional inline 4-cylinder engine with anywhere between 1.4 and 2 litres in displacement. More performance-oriented or larger vehicles will likely feature engines with more cylinders in a variety of configurations.